Have you ever felt lost in the middle of your suffering and wondered if there's a higher force that truly sees you? Have you ever questioned whether the ancient practices of chanting sacred names could actually influence your life? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, and today we're diving into one of the most powerful, compassionate, and transformative paths in Buddhist practice, the path of Kṣitigarbha Buddhistapha, also known as the Restore Buddhistapha. This episode is about more than a practice. It's about an awakening. It's about understanding the invisible power that rises when you sincerely call upon Kṣitigarbha's sacred name. Not once, not 100 times, but 10,000 times and more. If you've ever doubted whether devotion makes a difference, today's episode will open your heart to a depth of connection you may have never known was possible. Let me begin with a story. Young woman named my life with a deep sorrow that no one around her could understand. She had lost her parents in a car accident at a young age, and though she grew up with relatives, and emptiness followed her like a shadow, she tried therapy, meditation, distractions. Nothing touched the hollow in her chest. One day, while visiting a temple with a friend, she stood before a golden statue of Kṣitigarbha. Something stirred inside her, not because she believed, but because the image seemed to gaze back at her with understanding. He asked a monk nearby, "Who is this?" The monk smiled and said, "This is the Bodhisattva who made a vow never to attain Buddhahood until every being in hell is saved. If you call his name with sincerity, he will hear you." That day, Mai began to chant Namo dispeleevil, the Chinese translation of Kṣitigarbha's name. She didn't know the rules. He didn't have perfect posture, but she had tears in her eyes and longing in her voice. She chanted every morning and night. At first, it was mechanical, but slowly, something began to shift. Her dreams became more vivid. Her heart began to soften. A quiet strength rose in her body. And one day, while sitting in meditation, she felt something she hadn't felt in years, the deep, abiding peace. She hadn't changed the world outside her, but something inside her had opened. And in that opening, suffering began to dissolve. This is the mystery of chanting sacred names. Modern minds want proof. You want cause and effect, but the ancient path doesn't work like math. It works like music. It bypasses logic and speaks directly to the soul. Kṣitigarbha's name is not a magic spell. It is a frequency, a vibration of unconditional compassion and vow-bound protection. When you chant it with devotion, you align yourself with that vibration, and just as a tuning fork causes another to vibrate, your heart begins to resonate with the qualities of Kṣitigarbha: courage, steadiness, empathy, and unwavering life. Now let's talk about the significance of reciting the sacred name 10,000 times. To the uninitiated, this may sound excessive or superstitious, but in the world of practice, repetition is transformation. A great chant is like a drop of water on stone. It seems small, but over time, it carves canyons of clarity. 10,000. Because spiritual progress is not measured in theory, but in sincerity. Because devotion deepens with every repetition. Because your heart cannot fake 1,000 cries, let alone 10,000. In the Buddhist tradition, 10,000 is symbolic of vastness. It doesn't just mean a number, it means total immersion. To chant Kṣitigarbha's name 10,000 times is to let it become part of your breath, your heartbeat, your being. Let me share the story of Mr. Takahashi, a widower in Japan who lost his only son in a hiking accident. Grief nearly destroyed him. In desperation, he went to a local monastery and asked the head monk if there was anything he could do to feel connected to his son again. The monk handed him a set of prayer beads and said, "Chant Kṣitigarbha's name 10,000 times, and then return." He did. It took him weeks. He cried through many of the recitations. Some days, he couldn't bear to say the name. Other days, he said it with fury, but he didn't stop. When he returned to the monastery, he looked different, not healed, but softened. He said, "I still miss my son, but now I feel him. And more than that, I feel I'm not alone." The power of the practice didn't lie in the number. It lay in the opening of a heart that had been closed by pain. Kṣitigarbha is not just a figure. He is a force, a presence that moves through dimensions, appearing not just in temples, but in dreams, in synchronicities, in inner whispers. There are countless stories of devotees seeing him in visions, receiving help in impossible situations, being protected during illness or accidents, all by holding his name close. But even without miracles, the transformation is real. Because to chant his name is to remember who you truly are, not just a person in pain, but a soul in evolution. And the path of Kṣitigarbha is not only about personal salvation, it's about becoming a light for others in their darkest hour. When you chant for 10,000 times, you're not just asking for help, you are building a bridge of merit and light that can reach even the most forgotten soul. Parents chant for their lost children. Children chant for their deceased parents. Friends chant for those trapped in addiction, depression, or karmic cycles they cannot break. And slowly, silently, the energy shifts. One practitioner once said, "When I chant Kṣitigarbha's name, I feel like I'm not chanting alone. I feel thousands of unseen beings chanting with me." That is the community of the invisible, those walking the path with us from other realms, dimensions, lifetimes. You are never truly alone on the path of compassion. The chant becomes your companion, your shield, your guide. And even when life is at its most difficult, especially then, the name becomes a lifeline. If you're going through pain right now, try this. Sit down, take a breath, hit your hand over your heart, and just chant Namo Kṣitigarbha. Buddha is tough. Again, and again, and again. You don't need incense. You don't need robes. You just need sincerity. And if you make this part of your daily life, morning, noon, night, you may begin to notice subtle but powerful changes. More calm, more clarity, more strength in moments of weakness, more compassion when you'd usually close your heart. And in time, maybe, just maybe, you'll feel the presence of Kṣitigarbha himself, not outside you, but inside you, and the part of you that refuses to give up on others, that walks into fire to rescue those in pain, that chooses love over and over again, no matter how hard it gets. That is the essence of Kṣitigarbha. And it is your essence too. Thank you for watching this video. If you've had experiences with chanting sacred names, especially the name of Kṣitigarbha, we invite you to share in the comments. Your voice might help someone find theirs. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support this channel as we continue to uncover the ancient wisdom that lights the way forward. Until next time, may your voice be steady, your heart be open, and your path be illuminated by the vow of compassion.